Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of the Polo Shed.
I've been wondering what has happened to you now. Am I the only one who's struggling to move on? Yeah. Guess I thought that this was meant to last. Now I wish I was still living in the past. Yeah. Never felt so damn frustrated.
So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Tom. I'm the owner of the Surf Green Berg Cup style Mark II Polo Coupe that you've just seen in the intro. I also own a Mark I Caddy pickup. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that anymore. I also own a 1.3 GT Mark II F Polo van. And I also own 2.5 TDI T4 Docker Synchro. So a few vehicles. All of them I've got bits that I want to do to, hence why I'm starting this YouTube channel really, just so I can document everything that I do inside the unit, and also hopefully inspire some other car enthusiasts to just give some stuff a go. That is the best way you'll learn. I have no automotive or mechanical background. I'm a gardener by trade. I run a grounds maintenance business, so I cut grass for a living basically. And the cars is just a hobby. I've just learnt bits and pieces over the years from working with friends and Googling stuff and watching other people on YouTube. The best thing you can do is just give things a go and don't be scared to fail. You know, you can learn from your mistakes, try again, just give things a go. That's all I do. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. So yeah, you'll see a lot of that probably if you continue to watch. So yeah, I'll take you inside now and I will give you a tour of the new unit. So this is the space that I am going to turn into the new Polo Shed. Basically, currently in the process of sorting out the water pipe, putting in some taps. Going to paint the floor. Going to build a stud wall right the way around, 2.4 meter high sterling board, so it will literally go right the way around like that, so I can paint it, all be nice and uniform, nice and bright, and hopefully put all my units back in across the back here. Fitted units, loads of storage, and then I can get, basically if I want to, 3 cars in here with loads of space all the way around them. So that's the plan for this area. So hopefully this area, and as you come in the roller door, all of this here will be nice and clear. Just be a nice big open space, basically to here, halfway point. If we go up here, you can get a bit of a better view. So yeah, this is the space basically. Absolutely loads of room. So yeah, Polo Shed Mark II over there at the end, and then all of this space here will be free for Mark I Caddy on a rotisserie, so I can start welding, cutting, grinding, get the shell nice and solid. I can work on the little Polo van. It's pretty close, a few little bits left to do, and then hopefully I can start using that as a daily and stop using the T4. Yeah, carry on working on the Mark II. So yeah, lots of shit to sort out really, but I'm hoping in the next couple weeks I can get this looking nice and get all of that shit organised and put back in here. So that's my space. Oh, I need to get this little thing going. Apparently it runs, I bought this, runs on a car battery, does about 10 miles an hour. Just about squeezing it and drive it, so should really get a battery in this. Might do a little episode on this, because it'd be great if I need to borrow a tool from Nick, that obviously I can drive it down
into Nick's bit, to his toolbox, and pick up some bits and come back. So yeah, start up here then. This is Nick's side, NH restoration. If any of you guys have got a rusty Volkswagen that you need sorting, or even a Mark II Golf, because he specialises in Mark II Golfs, hit him up. If you don't, just go follow his Instagram anyway, follow his content. He does some pretty good stuff. Yeah, this is his storage area up here. All interiors, wiring, looms, everything that he strips off the cars. He's got some railings to put up here, so you can get some more racking in, get things organised a bit more so it's not on the floor. A little walk around Nick's so you can just see what he's up to. This is his Mark III VR6 track car. Our mates has just painted his bumpers, his wings. There's his wings here, look. His rear bumper. New black arch trims to go on. So yeah, hopefully looking forward to getting back out in that with him this year. We did a day at Thruxton last year. As a few of you know, I'm a groundsman by trade, run a grounds maintenance business, do a lot of grass cutting and stuff, and yeah, took Nick's car out around Thruxton, ended up cutting some grass in it. Slid sideways across the apex of a corner, cut grass flying in through the windows, stuck in the tyres, all in the wheels. Luckily I didn't smash it up, so it was all good fun. And then we've got new ramp he's just put in for the customer's Mark II Golf in some rust repair. This customer actually lives in Australia. I've asked Nick to sort out all of the rust on it and basically get it roadworthy for him, so then when he ships it over to Australia that he can then hop in it and start enjoying it. So yeah, this is some of the stuff that he's doing. Absolute master. Absolute master. Very complex shit. And then yeah, all of this shit here, look, the state of that. So yeah, that's the Mark II Golf, customer's Mark II Golf he's doing. And then this is his dad's E30. This is having a full nut and bolt restoration. We pulled the engine out last night, so that's gonna get some work. And then Nick's then making a start on picking through this and getting all of the rust and stuff sorted on this. It's having a full respray. I think Nick's dad's going to be putting a new interior in it, maybe some Recaros and stuff, but it's going to be pretty much back to original state. So yeah, that's NH Restoration. Like I said, give them a follow on Instagram, and if you need any rusty holes poking, Nick's your guy. So yeah, back over to my side. Carry on with this pipe work really. I'm gonna just put in an isolation tap on here so I can turn the water off. And then the plan is to run the pipe up here to the top, put a T in up there, run it across the top here, drop it down here to my tap, and then I'm gonna go back the other way, cross that wooden plinth there, and then all the way around, and then we're going to drop it down about there, and me and Nick are going to put in like a little kitchenette there with a sink, maybe a couple cupboards for coffee cups and shit, and then somewhere we can like wash our hands, and probably put a little water heat in there as well, so we've got some warm water. So yeah, that is the first job. get the most of the dust up, paint the floor. So now the floor has been hoovered, next job is to get on and seal the concrete floor, and then I can then start to do some coats of paint. Sealer is dry. Pretty buzzing to get some paint on the floor. Temperature has actually risen quite a bit since the weekend, so I'm hoping get a first coat on now, and then by end of play tomorrow, hopefully be able to get a second coat on, see how it looks, and then maybe put a third coat on. So yeah, by the weekend, I should have a painted floor. So that is the first coat on and dry. Time to get the second coat on. Walls so I can finally get my units in place, toolbox, and actually start organising the mess that is inside. So first of all, got to get this lot in, so let's go inside. So that's the wood all inside. As you can see, the floor is now nice and dry. So my plan for this part of the unit is to build a stud wall right the way around the outside, full height of a 2.4 sheet, so it will come up just above those lights. I'll just unscrew the lights and screw them back on. First, I am just going to concentrate on this back run, because this is where I'm going to have all my units and my toolbox and the worktop like I did in the old unit. I can finally get all of this, all my units, toolbox, cabinets, all back in here. I can get the green Polo, the Polo van, and the Mark 1 Caddy in here, and then that will free up all of this space, and I'll finally be a bit more organised. And then, yeah, like I said, I will then at a later date finish this side. I'm going to insulate this back wall before I put everything in front of it, and then obviously insulate this side and this side as well when I get round to it. So yeah, let's start building some stud walls.
So, third bit of the wall is finally up. First section, second section, and then the last little bit there on the end. It's getting quite late now, so I'm going to come back tomorrow after I finish work and hopefully get these insulated all the way down and then get it all boarded. Once it's boarded, we can start sorting that shit out. So it's the next day, just finished work, just been to the builders merchants and picked up some Celotex and some OSB board. So the next job is to insulate the stud walls that I built yesterday. All of these uprights are 600 centres, so the gaps in between should be 555 mil all the way along. So I'm going to rip these Celotex boards down and then start insulating. So that's the first 4 bits of Celotex cut. These are going to go in here. So one in full height here, full height, and then the next 2 spans here I've cut in 2 noggins because that's where my wall unit's going to hang. So these are in 2 separate bits. So let's get them in. So, that is the insulation done. Absolutely buzzing. One step closer to getting all of this crap in here and organised. So it's relatively late now and it's Friday night. I got a date with the sofa, my partner and my 2 sausage dogs. So I'm going to go now. I will be back first thing in the morning and then we will get some boarding done. Morning everyone. So we're back. Today's job is to board all of this with these boards and then finally start moving all of this in to here, and then once all my cabinets are in place I can then start to put everything back into the cabinets, because currently the green Polo and the Polo van are absolutely rammed full of boxes of the contents of all of the cupboards. So yeah, excited to get to the end of today, because hopefully this space will be looking a little different. So let's get boarding. So that is the boarding done. Pretty chuffed with that. Boxing around the consumer unit, little cutout for the isolator, tap for the water mains. Next job now is to get my units over, organise them into order that they were in my old unit, get the toolbox in, worktop on, and then once we're roughly there with setting that up, I'll just talk to you about why I used the units that I used. So yeah, let's get those in. So that's the units done. Not quite 100%, but pretty much there to give you an idea of what it's going to look like. I'm so happy to have this back fitted because now I can actually get organised and get all of my stuff packed away. So the reason why I use kitchen units is because they are just so cheap. Second hand, off marketplace, absolute bargain. So the Sealy equivalent to what I've got here, mine from end to end is about 6.5 meters. The Sealy one is 5.5 meters, so it's actually a meter shorter, and the Sealy one comes in at just under 10 grand, and I actually think mine looks a lot better. I originally went and looked at these 3 tool units here on marketplace, 50 quid. Went and met the lady that was selling them, and she said to me if I would be interested in any more, because she said in 2 months' time she's having a new kitchen fitted and the whole kitchen is going, so she said she's going to be selling it. So I went in and had a look. All black gloss, exactly the same, massive kitchen, solid oak worktops, as you can see with what I got here. So she said, when it's ready, if I'm interested, then it will be up for sale. So I was loading up these units, and she said, oh, go and buy your number plate and your business name. She said, I don't happen to cut grass, do you? She said, my paddock needs cutting. So she said, if you'd be interested in a deal, she said, would you cut my paddock and then you can have the kitchen? So I was like, this is a bargain. It's like she could easily sell this for 500 plus quid, and that is way over my day rate. So I made the deal. I went and cut a paddock, and then I picked up the kitchen. I actually got a few more units in this, but they've been used somewhere else. So when I went back to actually collect the kitchen, she said, oh, I've got this cast iron radiator bench that I don't want. She says, I'm going to put it on Marketplace, but I can't really be bothered to sell it. She said, if you've got any use for it and you've got room, do you want to just take it? And I was like, oh, I don't know if I want that as well. But it turns out I had space, so me and her struggled to lift it onto the trailer, but got it on. Got home. It was nearly 3 meters long, this radiator bench. And it turns out they're just under 3 grand brand new. So I actually flogged that for 500 quid and got the kitchen. So this actually cost me nothing in the end. I mean, you're not all going to get that lucky, but these are a few of the kitchens that are on, just after a quick look, that are on Marketplace at the moment. So that, you know, they're relatively cheap, and the cream ones gloss. You don't have to worry about the colour of them, because these ones here, these wall units here, were actually from a different kitchen that I bought, just a basic white kitchen. So these are actually white doors. I just bought some black wrap off of eBay and just wrapped the doors. So wrapped the doors, found exactly the same handles as the rest of the kitchen on Amazon. Bought 2 of those for those 2 wall units, and then the carcasses are actually white. So this was white originally, but I've wrapped that and then wrapped the other side here with the Polo Shed sticker on it. This was all white, and I've just wrapped that, and then underneath here where the trolley jack goes was white, and I've just wrapped that. So you can make it look, you can have whatever colour you like. There's, you know, they do wrap in every colour, or you can paint the kitchen doors. So you can literally make it as however you want. Admittedly, the toolbox, my toolbox was extra, finished the look, but yeah, that picture that I showed you of the Sealy one at 10 grand, it doesn't look that far different, I don't think. And yeah, like I said, the kitchen cost me nothing. I actually made money, if anything. But yeah, buzzing. So and the black board is just plyboard that I cut in between so I could paint black. I did look at getting a pegboard, but that is absolutely ridiculous. To do that size, it was going to be like 400 or 500 quid. So I thought, do you know what? Just put up an 18mm thick bit of board, and then I could just screw stuff into it. That is the kitchen units in. I'm not going to bore you really with any more of building the unit at the moment. I'm pretty much there with what I'm going to do at the moment. More money to be spent. I obviously want to finish the walls here and this wall here as well, but that will be at a later date. I just wanted to get this in so I can get all my stuff organised, get the cars in, and then actually start using the space for what it's for. But as I do more bits going forwards, I'll just update you as I go. And so the next episode will be car related, and I've got something very exciting to share with you all. But I'm not going to say any more. I'm going to wait for the next episode. Hopefully you'll come back and watch more. And I hope this isn't too bad of an edit. My MacBook actually shit itself and is broke, basically. It's frozen. I can't do anything with it. So I've had to actually edit this whole episode on my mobile phone. And it's been an absolute mission. So at least that's a bit of an excuse that I can use for it not being that great. But I hope you come back for the second episode. I will see you then.